In 2022, after years of heated debate and political back and forth, Canada made a landmark decision to purchase 88 F-35A Lightning II fighter jets from Lockheed Martin. This $19 billion deal was not just about acquiring new aircraft, it was a bold move to modernize the Royal Canadian Air Force and reaffirm Canada's commitment to its defense alliances. The F-35 was hailed as a technological leap forward, promising seamless integration with the US and other NATO allies under the NORAD umbrella. For Canada, this meant not only advanced capabilities, but also a stronger voice in joint operations and continental defense. Its stealth design and cutting-edge sensors were seen as essential tools for countering modern threats, from sophisticated enemy aircraft to emerging cyber warfare. The first jets are scheduled to arrive in 2026, marking the start of a new era for Canadian air power. For military leaders and defense experts, the F-35 was the only logical choice. Anything less, they argued, would risk Canada falling behind its closest allies and jeopardizing its role in international security. The high price tag was justified as the necessary cost of security, technological advancement, and maintaining global relevance in an increasingly unstable world. Yet, even as the ink dried on the contract, concerns lingered. Critics questioned not only the true financial cost, but also Canada's limited industrial participation in the project, sparking heated debates in Parliament and across the country. While Lockheed Martin promised economic benefits and job opportunities, the reality was that most jets would be built in the United States, leaving many Canadian aerospace workers and companies on the sidelines. The debate never truly ended. Questions about cost overruns, national sovereignty, and the long-term impact on Canada's defense industry continued to fuel public and political skepticism. As the political and economic landscape shifted, those doubts only grew louder, with new voices joining the conversation and old concerns resurfacing. What once seemed like a settled story was, in reality, just the beginning of a much larger national debate. Canada's fighter jet saga was far from over, with the next chapter still waiting to be written. January 2026. Certainty is gone. The Carney government has put the F-35 deal on hold, proceeding only with the first 16 jets. The remaining 72 are under review, reopening the door to competition and sending shockwaves through Ottawa and Washington. Sweden's Saab, previously sidelined, returns with a bold new proposal for its Gripen E fighter. Suddenly, Canada isn't just buying jets, it's choosing an industrial and strategic future. The F-35, once the only option, now faces a real challenger. Washington is alarmed. Military leaders warn of consequences for US-Canada integration. Lobbyists and politicians are in overdrive, turning a procurement into a national drama. The review is about more than planes. It's about jobs, sovereignty, and Canada's identity. The stakes have never been higher. The next chapter will be defined by why this reversal happened. Why pause a $19 billion deal? Three forces collided: soaring costs, trade tensions, and jobs. The F-35's lifetime cost ballooned to over $27 billion, a political nightmare amid domestic spending needs. US trade unpredictability made reliance on American suppliers look risky, fueling calls for strategic autonomy. The F-35 deal offered Canadian companies supply chain work, but the jets themselves would be US built. With $82 billion in new defense spending planned, pressure mounted to invest at home and create Canadian jobs. The calculus shifted. It wasn't just about the best jet, but the best deal for Canada's economy and independence. The F-35 now looked expensive and risky. The government needed an alternative. Enter Saab, ready with a proposal tailored to these concerns. The stage was set for a dramatic challenger. Saab seized the moment, offering an ambitious package. 72 advanced Gripen E fighters, each designed with the latest avionics and combat systems to meet the demands of modern air warfare. Alongside the fighters, Saab included 6 GlobalEye surveillance planes, providing Canada with a comprehensive air defense and intelligence solution. While the Gripen isn't a stealth jet, it's a modern, reliable, and cost-effective platform, perfectly suited for Canada's real-world missions, such as patrolling the vast and challenging Arctic regions, where reliability and adaptability matter most. The deal went further, promising to build the GlobalEye aircraft in Canada, using bombardier jets as the foundation, and leveraging Canadian expertise in aerospace manufacturing. This approach tied the project directly to a national champion, supporting Bombardier and the broader Canadian aerospace sector. Saab's proposal promised to create 12,600 new Canadian jobs, spanning engineering, manufacturing, and high-tech research. Factories in Ontario and Quebec would not only produce jets for Canada, but also for export, making Canada a hub for advanced aerospace production. This wasn't just a purchase. It was a bold plan to build a sovereign, world-class aerospace industry on Canadian soil, with long-term benefits for the economy. The proposal shifted the entire debate in Ottawa. Choosing the F-35 meant joining a global supply chain, with much of the work and value happening outside Canada. But Gripen meant made in Canada jets, local jobs, and national control over critical technology. Saab's aggressive, all-encompassing offer was hard for a cost-conscious, job-focused government to ignore, especially in a time of economic uncertainty. The choice quickly became about 2 competing economic visions for Canada's future, not just 2 different fighter jets. For a government under mounting political and public pressure, the Gripen package was a true game-changer, offering a vision of national renewal. The conversation was no longer just about technology or military capability. It was about shaping Canada's industrial future and deciding what kind of country Canada wanted to be. Saab's economic pitch is simple. Don't just buy jets, build a Canadian aerospace industry from the ground up. Instead of sending billions overseas, Saab proposes to invest directly in Canadian communities, creating a homegrown ecosystem for advanced manufacturing and technology. The promise of 12,600 jobs and new factories in Quebec and Ontario is compelling in a country eager for manufacturing growth. These aren't just assembly line positions. Saab's plan includes high-tech engineering, research, and skilled trades, offering opportunities for young Canadians and experienced workers alike. Lockheed Martin counters with $15 billion in economic benefits, but most of that work is for parts, not full assembly. The difference is significant. Building components versus building entire jets means less control and fewer high-value jobs staying in Canada. The optics matter. Gripen means finished jets built in Canada, a powerful symbol of national capability and pride. It's about more than just manufacturing. It's about showing the world what Canadian industry can achieve. Saab's plan includes export potential. Canadian factories could supply Gripens to countries like Ukraine and others, opening doors for international trade and long-term contracts that keep factories humming for decades. GlobalEye, built on Bombardier jets, could also be exported to Europe, boosting Canadian industry and strengthening ties with allies. This isn't just about jets, it's about building a reputation for Canadian excellence. The deal transforms a purchase into a long-term economic engine, fueling innovation, training, and prosperity for years to come. The government faces immense pressure to choose a path that builds jobs and sovereignty, ensuring Canada's future is shaped by its own hands and expertise. The fighter jet decision is now a referendum on Canada's industrial future, with consequences that will ripple through generations of workers and innovators. The stakes go far beyond the Air Force. This is about Canada's place in the world, its economic independence, and the legacy it leaves for the next generation. Beneath the economics lies a strategic debate: F-35's tech edge versus Gripen's promise of independence. F-35 supporters argue its stealth and data sharing are vital for NORAD and future conflicts, making it non-negotiable for US integration. They warn that anything less risks national security and alliance credibility. Gripen advocates counter that Canada needs practical, affordable jets for Arctic patrols, not deep strike missions. The Gripen is cheaper, easier to maintain, and can operate from remote runways, ideal for Canada's geography. Building Gripens in Canada means control over upgrades and supply chains, reducing US dependency. The debate is about more than jets. It's about sovereignty and Canada's role in the world. The F-35 means high-tech alliance. The Gripen means self-reliance and industrial power. The choice will define Canada's identity for decades. Some propose a compromise: keep 16 F-35s and buy 72 Gripens. On paper, it's the best of both worlds: stealth for Allied missions, Gripens for domestic patrols. But experts warn it's a logistical nightmare. 2 supply chains, 2 training programs, double the complexity. The RCF is already stretched thin. A mixed fleet could overwhelm it. Integrating Swedish jets into US data networks would be politically and technically fraught. The risk: a divided, less effective Air Force with higher costs and less unity. While popular with the public, the mixed fleet is a tough sell for military planners. The reality: Canada must choose one path, not both. The biggest twist: Canadians have changed their minds. A December 2025 poll shows only 13% support the F-35 only plan. 43% now back Gripen only, drawn by jobs and domestic production. Even the mixed fleet is more popular than sticking with the F-35. 72% want the Gripen in some form. The government faces a clear public mandate: prioritize Canadian industry and jobs. The F-35's rising costs and Saab's savvy campaign have shifted the debate. The fighter jet decision is now a test of democracy as much as defense. Canada stands at a crossroads. This choice will shape its alliances, industry and military for decades. The government is under immense pressure, with no deadline for a final decision. Sticking with the F-35 would please the military and Washington, but defy public opinion and the promise of Canadian-built jets. A full pivot to Gripen would boost jobs and sovereignty, but risk US relations and military integration. The mixed fleet, though popular, is logistically daunting. The first 16 F-35s are still coming, but the rest is uncertain. Will Canada risk a rift with the US for industrial independence,